Inside Taylor Swift's $197 million bonus, truck drivers, dancers, and crew react to life-changing money.
Hey guys, this leg of this tour has been harder than anything I've ever done in a live setting. And you guys have taken this on with such excitement and such curiosity and such the endurance you've shown.
Welcome to PopPlug.
Let's get plugged in.
When Taylor Swift's Eras Tour crew thought they were walking into a routine production meeting, they had no idea their lives were about to change forever. New footage revealed through Disney, plus shows the exact moment thousands of workers realized Taylor had just given away an unbelievable $197 million in bonuses. What followed were gasps, tears, shock, and reactions so raw they still give people chills. This wasn't just about money, this was about recognition, respect, and rewriting the rules of the music industry. The Eras Tour wasn't just another concert run. It became the biggest tour in music history, pulling in a jaw-dropping $2.077 billion in ticket sales alone. No artist had ever crossed the $2 billion mark before. The tour spanned nearly 2 years, covered 149 shows, and traveled across 5 continents. Night after night, city after city, stadium after stadium sold out. But behind every 3-hour performance was an army of people most fans never see. Thousands of workers made the Eras Tour possible. Truck drivers hauling massive stage pieces overnight, lighting crews building entire worlds from scratch, sound engineers, riggers, carpenters, dancers, musicians, wardrobe teams, makeup artists, caterers, security, merchandise sellers, and even physical therapists and pyrotechnics crew keeping performers healthy. Taylor knew that without them, none of it would exist. And instead of quietly collecting the profits, she made a decision that stunned the industry. She chose to share the success in a way no one ever had before.
But the spirit you've shown, how much you've given to these crowds, that gives to me every single night. The tour has done really well, thanks to all of our hard work.
The numbers alone sound unreal. Over $197 million in bonuses were distributed to crew members. Nearly 10% of the entire ticket gross went straight back to the people who worked the tour. That percentage is unheard of in live entertainment. In most tours, crew members are paid a base salary, and that's it. Bonuses, if they exist at all, are small and rare. Taylor flipped that model on its head. Every role receives something, not just the visible stars on stage. Truck drivers, logistics teams, dancers, band members, lighting and sound crews, production staff, riggers, security, catering teams, merch crews, hair and makeup artists, wardrobe teams, pyrotechnics staff, and more. Everyone mattered. Everyone was included. One number in particular shocked people the most. Around 50 truck drivers each received $100,000 bonuses. That alone added up to roughly $5 million just for drivers. These were the people hauling custom-built stages across countries, working through the night, sleeping during the day, and staying on the road for months at a time. The world didn't fully understand how this happened until Disney Plus released the docuseries The End of an Era. In episode 2, cameras captured what Taylor called Bonus Day. Sitting calmly, she explained why this mattered so much to her. She said, "Bonus Day is so important because setting a precedent with the Eras Tour is really important to me. Because people who work on the road, if the tour grosses more, they get more of a bonus. These people just work so hard, and they are the best at what they do." As the tour grew bigger and more profitable, she didn't lock the gains away. She increased bonuses. Over and over. Success became something shared, not hoarded. Then came the most personal part of all. Taylor didn't just send money through payroll. She personally wrote a handwritten note to every single crew member. Thousands of notes. She admitted it took her a couple of weeks to write them all. Each one was placed into an envelope sealed with wax. No emails, no texts, no generic message. These were personal thank you letters delivered either by Taylor herself or by her father, Scott Swift.
People just work so hard and they are the best at what they do. So every single person on the crew, I've handwritten them a note.
She explained on camera that writing the notes was one of her favorite parts. She thought about the lives people were going back to, the kids they hadn't seen for months, the time they missed with family. She said making it worthwhile for them felt like Christmas morning, finally getting to say thank you in a real way.
It's fun to write the notes. It's like fun to to think about everybody's lives that they're going to go back to and the time off they're going to have and the kids they haven't seen because they've been away from months, and it just making that worthwhile for them is like really, it feels like Christmas morning when you finally get to say thank you.
The emotional peak came after the European leg of the tour in August 2024. Cameras rolled as the crew gathered, unaware of the exact numbers inside their envelopes. Taylor spoke to them, visibly emotional, saying that this leg of the tour had been harder than anything she'd ever done live. She thanked them for their endurance, their spirit, and the energy they gave to the crowds every single night. Then she told them to kindly read their messages. What followed was pure shock. Dancer Kameron Saunders read his note aloud. Taylor wrote about how they traveled the world together, dazzled crowds, and missed family along the way. Then came the line with the dollar amount. The number was bleeped, and the bleep lasted several seconds. That alone told the story. People gasped. Some froze. Others cried. Crew members hugged each other. One production assistant was heard saying, "I'm going to pass out."
What's wrong, Max?
He's emotional.
Oh my God, do you need a hug?
Are you okay?
I'm gonna pass out.
Love you guys so much.
This wasn't staged emotion. This was real life changing in real time. The truck drivers experienced this earlier, back in August 2023, after the U.S. leg wrapped in Santa Clara, California. They had been on the road for 24 straight weeks, living in their trucks, working overnight while the world slept. Taylor's father personally delivered the checks and handwritten letters. Mike Schirkenbach, CEO of the trucking company involved, later explained how powerful the moment was. He said Scott Swift personally handed the drivers their checks along with Taylor's notes. He described the bonuses as genuinely life-changing. "She's giving a sum of money that is life-changing for these people. These men and women, they live on the road, they sleep during the day and work all night. It's a grueling task. They leave their families, young children for weeks. A lot of these drivers are not homeowners, and a lump sum like this gives you the ability to put a down payment on a home." Nearly 90 trucks were dedicated solely to the Eras Tour. Every night after fans went home, those trucks rolled out. Stage pieces were dismantled, packed, hauled, and rebuilt in the next city within days. It was invisible labor, and Taylor made it visible. This moment mattered far beyond one tour. In the current industry, most artists keep the bulk of profits. Crew members are treated as costs, not partners. Taylor created a profit-sharing model where success flowed outward. Almost 10% of revenue went back to workers. Every role was valued equally. Truck drivers mattered just as much as dancers. Lighting techs mattered just as much as musicians. She knew people were watching, and she wanted them to. The ripple effect could be huge. Other artists may now face pressure to do more. Crew members might begin negotiating for profit-sharing clauses. The industry is being forced to acknowledge how much unseen labor goes into entertainment. Taylor proved that record-breaking success doesn't require exploitation. It can be shared. Not every artist can replicate the scale. The Eras Tour was uniquely massive, with ticket demand and pricing unlike anything before. Between tickets and merchandise, the tour generated around $2.5 billion. Taylor could afford to be generous and still walk away with enormous profit. But the principle applies everywhere. Success doesn't have to be zero-sum. What made this stand out wasn't just the money. It was the care. Handwritten notes in an age of automation, wax seals, personal delivery, timing the bonuses when people needed them most. And then choosing to show it publicly through a docuseries so others might follow. This wasn't charity. It was an acknowledgement.
I just wanted to think about what could I do that would make them as happy, or try to make them as happy as they've made.
The Eras Tour now holds records beyond ticket sales. The largest bonus payout in touring history, the highest percentage of revenue shared with crew, the most inclusive bonus program ever documented, and the first time something like this was filmed and released to inspire change. It happened during a time when conversations about income inequality and labor rights are louder than ever. Taylor used her platform not just to entertain, but to model a better way forward. It also raises big questions. Should profit sharing become standard in music? How should behind-the-scenes labor be valued? Should companies that post record profits share more with employees? How much does personal recognition matter beyond a paycheck? The Eras Tour will always be remembered for its spectacle, its set lists, and its cultural impact. But its most important legacy may be this. When history is made, everyone who helped make it should share in the success. Taylor Swift didn't just hand out bonuses. She set a precedent. So what do you think? Should other artists follow Taylor's lead? Have you ever received recognition that truly changed your life? Share your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe for more deep dives into music industry stories, and stream The End of an Era on Disney Plus to see the full bonus reveal. Follow PopPlug to stay plugged in.